My name is Teacher Brian, as you know, and today I'm going to teach about how Koreans celebrate a wedding. So, there's two kinds of weddings, two kinds of ways that men and women get together and get married in Korea. Traditionally, there's an arranged marriage, and if you use the arranged marriage method, then you need a matchmaker. A matchmaker is usually a woman that lives in the village, and she's a professional. So she would find somebody who she thought was right for you. Somebody that was the right age, the right class. Maybe she just felt like you two would be a good match. So maybe the matchmaker said, I think that Rion would be good with Jenny. And then they would go to the fortune teller to find out if it's true, if Rion and Jenny are okay together. The fortune teller would use 4 pillars. These are what they're called. 4 things that are used to decide whether or not you're a good match. They are the year you're born, the month you're born, the day you're born, and the hour you're born. The same with the girl. Then, if the fortune teller believes that these two are a match, it's good, and you go on to the next stage. But if the fortune teller says, these two people cannot be happy in life, they're not a good match, then you would go back to the matchmaker and say, choose another person for us. Jenny is not a good match for our son. If it's okay, then you would go on to the engagement ceremony. The engagement ceremony usually takes place at a restaurant. And there are many gifts that are given back and forth between the two families. Today they could amount, in some families, $30,000 to $40,000 in gifts. You could buy a nice car with this much money.
Really?
There's also a special document that's given, and the special document is on special paper, and it's framed, and what it is it's the 4 pillars of the man or the boy. Okay, because this usually takes place in childhood, long before they're old enough to marry. And the 4 pillars are what, Rion?
Year, month, day, and hour.
That's right. So those 4 things would be printed on thick, nice, expensive paper and framed and given as a gift to the girl's family, and the girl keeps this all her life. It's an important document for her. Now, when the girl and the boy are going to get married, the girl is called the bride, and the boy is called the groom. And the groom traditionally gives the mother-in-law a goose as a gift. Does anyone know why? Because a goose is one of the animals in the animal kingdom that only has one mate for its entire life. It's not the only animal, but there are only a few animals that take one mate for its whole entire life.
Is it bird?
Yeah, yes, a goose is a bird.
I know.
Yeah, I'll show you a picture of it on the internet later. Okay, so then this is the process if you're going to have an arranged marriage. What's the other kind of marriage possible, Kai?
Marriage.
Daniel? If it's not an arranged marriage, what's the other kind of marriage? Just, it's a modern day marriage, and it's called a love match. In our book, it's called a love match. You can call it whatever you want, because it's just the normal kind of marriage where you meet somebody, you fall in love with them, and then you get married. In that case, do you need a matchmaker?
No.
Do you need a fortune teller?
No.
Okay, so if it's a love match marriage, then it's just between the two people, the bride and the groom.
Yeah.
But if it's an arranged marriage, then the whole family of both the girl and the boy are involved. You also need a matchmaker, and you need a fortune teller.
I think this is for like men history.
Yeah, this is a long time ago.
600 years, more than 600 years ago, I think.
Well, in our book,
Yeah.
it talks about, it says here that these are both possible today. So maybe in the smallest village that none of you have ever been to, because you are all from cities, right, in Korea?
Yeah.
Maybe in the smallest village in the mountains somewhere, they still practice arranged marriages. Because our book says that both are possible
Today.
today, yes. Okay, so now I'm going to go on to a new subject.